I always follow my heart. I always follow my inner voice. I always follow like my inspiration, like what inspires me and what is.
All right. We are back with another episode of Empower Her. Your voice matters. I'm joined with a very special guest today. Ms. Banan, I'll let you introduce yourself and then explain why events like this matter. Okay? So you give us a brief history of all the things you're involved in, maybe your career, what you do for fun. Let us get to know you for the intro, and then we'll go into how these events bring value to you. Yeah?
Thank you for this beautiful introduction. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Banan Soliman. Today I'm here as a contemporary artist. I'm doing a live painting and I'm also exhibiting my art, and it's an honor. And I got positive feedback, like so much love, and people are beautiful. So I'm here as a contemporary artist. I'm also a public health advocate.
Okay.
I'm a kite surfing coach. I'm a transformational leader.
Okay.
Emotional therapist.
Okay.
The list goes on and on.
So lots of layers to Banan, if that's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So I see myself as a retreat leader. So I'm working on planning for a retreat in December.
Okay.
This is the ultimate thing where I can incorporate everything that I just listed, where it makes sense that I do all those things, you know. And basically what I'm trying to do is empower people to see their own light, and their own power, their own strength, by bringing in all those different elements and disciplines.
And I think that's why events like this mean so much, right? You've got a community of like-minded people. I think women are in a space where they can feel seen. They can feel safe to have dialogues about maybe some topics that you might not have outside of this event, right?
Exactly.
So when you leave, or a woman leaves this type of event, what do you think she should feel, and how should she feel empowered when leaving an event like this?
Connected with others.
Yeah.
Most of the time we feel lonely and abandoned. This is something that not all the time, during all the times of our lives, but it happens to all of us that we go through this at least in one phase of our lives where we feel abandoned, disconnected, especially nowadays, where we are very connected on social media, and we have so many different apps and we can connect in an instant with anybody around the world. But at the same time, we feel very disconnected. We feel lonely. We are like, okay, I'm in the city where there are millions of people and where I have a lot of friends, but I cannot really reach out to someone. And being so connected all the time to so many people, what it leads to is it makes us be disconnected from ourselves, basically. And this is the feeling that we feel. So this kind of event is very relevant from a public health perspective, because it's very important for the mental health, you know, to socialize, to connect, to see inspiring women, to be so close to them, to listen to them, to talk to them, to hear their message and witness their path. Like, okay, most of them who are sharing their stories, they struggled a lot in their lives. And from the outside, it looks like they were born very lucky, you know, into maybe like, for example, they're born in Qatar as a Qatari lady, or they're born with rich parents, or so from outside it looks like, but she's lucky but then when they share their stories, you're always surprised that they had to struggle before, they had to go very deep before they could rise and shine. So it's very important that we have this platform, the Doha Women Forum, where we can see behind the scenes, and that's why we feel connected, and this gives us hope and light and motivation, and I'm super happy that I'm part of it and I could share my art with the world.
Right. And speaking of sharing art, I've got something behind me, right? So I've got something, I think we met earlier today and you were working on this piece.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you describe what we're seeing behind me?
So I'm looking at you and I'm looking at the painting, because behind you is such a beautiful painting. I know I know I did it, but I'm still like surprised. Like, I'm like amazed. Did I do that?
You did.
Every time I paint, in the process, I'm in the flow. I don't really know what is happening and what is going on. And later when I look at it, I'm like, was that me or was that like
divine intervention?
Yes, it's like a light that is flowing through me in the moment, but I need to pick up the brush and the colors, and I'm standing in front of this white canvas, and it's scary and it's uncertain, and I had no clue what I'm going to do today, to be honest. I came here and
so you came up with this on the spot?
It was a white canvas.
Okay.
I woke up this morning and I was just thinking, by the way, what am I going to wear?
Sure. So you had
I had no clue what I'm going to wear. So let alone, I didn't know what I'm going to paint.
Beautiful. So give people a way to contact you if they want to see your art.
Yes, it's simply by art by Banan, my Insta. They can reach out to me. They can DM me. They can follow my art, like my art. So I try to post regularly and also behind the scenes. What I mainly focus on is Arabic calligraphy related to faith, because this is what connects us all.
Sure.
So, for example, this year in Ramadan, I had a beautiful exhibition for 30 days where it's called Light Upon Light. Noor ala Noor.
Noor ala Noor.
Yes. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I'm taking Arabic classes now, so.
Ah, beautiful. So, yeah, the name of the exhibition was Noor ala Noor. It's a verse from the Quran, and it basically just means light upon light. And this is what it's all about.
I agree.
So, every breath we take, we breathe in some of this, divine light and oxygen and energy. And this is what keeps us going. And this is what when I look at different cultures, religions, this is what connects us all, You need to, see your own light. And then in order to keep going, you need to understand that you're connected to the source. So if you know it or you don't know it, this is what keeps us going. So.
Great. And we saw a lot of that today. I mean, even if you look behind us, we had quite a few women come on the board and write their thoughts, their feelings, their encouragement, right? And so we replicated that with questions in this bowl. So what I want you to do is grab a question. We're going to read and have a quick dialogue on it, okay?
So.
Mix it up.
Should I close my eyes?
Yeah, for extra dramatic effect. Close your eyes.
Okay. Bismillah. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, this is such an amazing question. It's like meant to be.
Come on.
What drove you to your profession? And what advice would you like to give the audience?
Perfect.
It's too good to be true. It's not a coincidence, right?
Is there? Yeah.
Okay, so I love it. Probably the other questions are good too, but this one is so perfect. So what drove me to my profession? It's a long path. How much time do we have? It's been
47 seconds.
Okay, so really? Okay, so when I was a little kid, I was drawn to become an architect.
Sure.
Especially because I used to visit the pyramids a lot. And I was very impressed as a little child. And I even went to climb the pyramids once, which was not allowed. And the police had to get me down. But I was so impressed by this huge thing. It's not just, there's this special energy,
Yeah.
So this is what I ended up doing. I started, studying architecture. Later on, a few years later, I was drawn to health and understanding how to empower ourselves by taking our hands back into our health back into our hands and into our control. And I had this feeling that this is the path that I want to also pursue. So I went to study public health. And I had this vision that I'm going to become a health minister and fix the health in all countries.
Sure.
Because you see a lot of social inequalities across the countries. And this was my dream. And then I later on, during COVID, and this is what I'm still doing today. I'm still working as a public health expert in Qatar. So later on, during COVID, I had a lot of free time. So I started to learn more about emotional healing.
Yeah.
So I became an emotional therapist. I'm also a kite surfing coach since 10 years almost. And this is something else that I love. So I cannot really because it's asking what drove you to your profession. I cannot really say that this is my profession it's all of it. I'm embracing all of it. I always follow my heart. I always follow my inner voice. I always follow like my inspiration, like what inspires me and what is pulling me.
Yes.
And regardless of, I have to start from scratch and learn something from scratch, because I believe there is this calling for a reason, even though I would not understand it now, but I always just follow it. Like, for example, I stopped working as an architect, as an example, and it's a pity. I still love it, but there was another calling. However, somehow it's still integrated in my life. Yeah. So a lot of times I needed it later on.
No, I think that's important for what we're discussing here in this forum, is giving women the freedom, the flexibility, and most importantly, the permission.
Exactly.
To direct their own paths and not feel like they're obligated, whether that's social, whether that's with the family.
Yeah.
And I think spaces like this give women that opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly. And so what I'm doing now is I'm doing creative workshops with different institutions on corporate level. I'm also having a collaboration with the Qatar Cancer Society, where I'm giving them a creative workshop, which is including emotional healing and also art. And it's beautiful to be inspiring other people and being a support for them in a way that encourages them to become, to feel more responsible for their own life, and feel a lot of times when you're hopeless, feel like, no, there is a chance I can do this. Actually, the way I think can actually influence the way I feel, and the way I feel can actually influence the way I'm, my body reacts. Yeah. So I can lift myself up. I don't have to just wait for going to the doctor and listen to what he has to say. No, I can take back control of my own life. And just by giving them a little bit of inspiration, I oftentimes see a ripple effect, and people are, grateful and happy and inspired. And this is something so beautiful. And I would love to, take it to a larger scale. Yeah. And this is what I'm working on right now. And I think this is why I ended up here at the Doha Forum, because today I met really beautiful women. I was approached by a lot of different people, and I met really inspiring women. It's so important to have this, and I'm very grateful for whoever came up with this. Yeah. And for every single woman that is attending today, as a visitor, as a speaker. My message is always go out and share whatever is in your heart, because there's always someone who needs to hear this in this moment.
Fully agree. We thank you for your presence, for your art, your conversation.
Thanks a lot.
And being empowered and empowering others. So thank you so much. Again.
Thank you.
I want to thank everyone. If you're not following Record On Studios on all social media, you're doing yourself a disservice. I want to give it up for our guest right here. Banan, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks a lot. It was really fun.
Absolutely. And I told you this was going to be fun. This is what it's about. Just having great dialogue and having fun.
Amazing.
Doha Women's Forum. Y'all take care. Peace.